Hello you what's his faces, welcome back to a new video, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about pro movement and how do pros move so well in this game. Well, I'm here to tell you that it's basically a learning curve. Like almost any competitive game, there is a learning curve. For example, Fortnite, building is the learning curve. If you don't know how to build in Fortnite, you're going to be grossly underpowered when going up against enemies, and that's the same thing in this game, Call of Duty Mobile. Now the learning curve in this is sliding, yes. Jumping and sliding is how most pros get around the game, and the reason why it seems like they're gliding and moving so fast is because if you are basically a noob to the game, you're just coming into the game, you're not going to be able to even track them when they're moving at you. So that's why it seems like they're moving crazy and stuff, but essentially it's a pretty simple thing that they're doing. It's just practice and reaction speed, and that's what makes them so good. And you can do it with literally any gun in this game, and that's why I'm using a sniper to show you guys at first that even though I'm using one of the slowest guns in the game in terms of movement, you're still going to be able to pull off the same things. I'm going to switch over to an MSMC later on to show you guys like at max speed what movement looks like, but for now I'm just using the sniper. Now, as you guys can see, my main thing is I just jump and slide, and this is very easy to do and very crucial to do when you're in a large expanse with so many people shooting and firing. For example, crossing this street right here would be a task if there was a lot of people shooting and firing. So I can't just walk across it. What I have to do is jump and then slide. That way I'm not going to be taken out by the snipers on either side of each window, and I'm not going to be shot at or shot down by the AR players everywhere else. So another thing about this is the reaction speed. So if I'm in a battle, when moving like this, I'm going to have superior reaction speed and control of my sensitivity to then get back on target after doing all of this crazy movement. So one way you guys can replicate or get your level of movement skill to that of pros is basically just practice and getting your reaction speed good. So first off, you're going to need to find a good sensitivity. I'll link my sensitivity video above in the top right corner so you guys can check that out. But here we go. So for example, if I were to slide into this character right here and I don't know, take them out, what I'm doing most of the time when I'm playing or using a sniper is I am trying to fake them out and get around them. I'm trying to essentially do that 𝓢𝓮𝓽𝓽𝓲𝓷𝓰𝓼 joke. Basically, he moved so fast and he ended up behind him, and the other guy was like, oh my gosh, how did that happen? Essentially, you are outsmarting your opponents, like a little mini game of chess anytime you get into a 1v1 with a person. And this is the second part of movement. So remember, the first part of movement is just traversing the actual environment and getting around, and that way you should of course always be sliding and moving and stuff. And then the second part of this is actually engaging with people in one-on-ones and sometimes even two-on-twos, and that's how you basically separate yourself from being a noob and a pro, and that's what it is in this game. Unlike most games or most shooters, Call of Duty, well, mobile shooters for that matter, Call of Duty Mobile has sliding, and that is what makes this so tough for most people to get over to. Like if you're switching from critical ops or something, you might have crazy good aim, but it's not the aim that you're going to need. Like, yeah, you're going to be able to take some people down, but with everyone moving so crazily, you may have a hard time getting into the groove of things. So this is why that's the learning curve of this particular game. So one of the main things I like to do, since I am a sniper and I'm at a disadvantage 9 times out of 10 when I get close to someone, is I like to slide around them, as I said, the 𝓢𝓮𝓽𝓽𝓲𝓷𝓰𝓼 thing, and then shoot them from the side. So if I slide around one person and then I'm shooting them from behind or even to the side of them, I'm really getting around them, and I'm basically getting the jump on them. So that is a way, that's basically what advanced movement is in this game. And you get better at it by practice. There's no trickety trick I could tell you to get better at this, but like no set of commands I could tell you to get better at this, but I do have some ways you guys can train to get better. One of the main ways to do this is to play games like Kill House and to play 1v1s. Now, if you can get yourself a good friend who's around the same level as you and you guys can both go at it and play 1v1s, you're going to be able to really fast get your movement skill up and you're going to get really good really fast. Now, another way to do this is just to play in intense scenarios, and one of the ways you can easily do this is just to play Kill House without having to risk your rank by going into ranked matches. Now, every now and then, of course, you're going to want to test your progress by going to ranked matches, but these are some easy ways to train. Now I'm going to get into how gyroscope actually helps with this. It can actually help or hurt you very badly. One of the ways it can help you is if you're sliding around and doing all this movement, you're taking your hand off of the controller or off of the screen for a second or where you're turning. And to get your crosshair back where it needs to be is an extra step, maybe 0.5 of a second if you're really good, or maybe a full second if you're still getting used to the game. And this also goes hand in hand with playing claw, but maybe a full second if you're getting used to the game. If you're using gyroscope, you're going to be able to move your crosshair back on the person while sliding and doing all of this advanced movement, and it's just going to make you quicker as a person. So I do recommend playing gyroscope, and I'll have a link to my gyroscope video in the top right corner as well. So remember, I guess when you get to that level, also try incorporating gyroscope into this. Now, one of the downfalls gyroscope can have, of course, is pointing downward. If you are new to gyroscope, I know this is not really a gyroscope video, but I'm going to get into it just in case you want to try it from watching this video. If you're new to gyroscope, a lot of people point down, and it really does mess up their aim because you're going to get a lot more hit markers if you're sniping, and it's going to make the time to kill when you're using ARs and anything else way longer. So do keep that in mind. Now, the next thing that's going to help you, of course, get better movement speed and stuff like that is that's basically going to be using playing claw. Now, as you guys know, you put your hands on top of your screen and you're playing with 4 fingers, 3 fingers, or even more. Now, even if you're using 3 fingers, you can have a great advantage against anyone else who's using 2 fingers, or I don't know if anyone's using 1, but you're going to have an advantage against anyone who's using just pure thumbs. And that's because you can multitask and do multiple things at once. Now, playing claw is hard. There is a bit of a learning curve to it as well, but it is so beneficial to be able to do this. So if you guys don't have actual time to do this, and I actually do have a video on it also, that's going to be linked above, so you guys can also learn how to play claw. But if you don't have time to play claw, I do understand, like, most people have a busy life and you're not going to be able to dedicate all that time to just learning how to play claw on a mobile game. So if you don't know how to play claw, you could consider buying these mobile claws, and it really does help you actually play, and it feels almost like a console, and it's just going to make it so much easier. So my sponsor for this video, well, it's not necessarily for this video, it's just my sponsor in general, is Mobile Claws. So think about picking these guys up if you do want to, and use code TIGON at checkout, TIGON, as you guys can see in my nice purple banner. But enough of me shilling. So the next thing we're going to get into in terms of movement speed is reaction speed. Now, I have a video also on reaction speed, but I'm just going to tell you right here, guys, reaction speed is you just pick it up through the game. And of course, one easy way to get it is playing in high intense matches. So playing Kill House, if you don't have someone to 1v1 with, is a great way to get your reaction speed up, and you're going to be able to snap onto targets. It's just going to make you so much of a better player. So at the end of the day, movement speed and advanced movement is nothing special. It just looks crazy when you first get into it. Same thing with building on Fortnite. If you guys have ever played Fortnite and you're good at building, when you first started out, or when you were looking at other people who do crazy builds, it seems impossible. Like, oh my gosh, how are they doing that? But when you get into the groove of things, it's not really too hard, and it becomes as second nature as walking. Now, I'm going to give you guys a few little tips about sliding and stuff before we get into my gameplay, but one of the things is sliding to the side of a corner. That's one way to actually, get the jump on your opponent. So if someone's standing, let's say at that statue over there, and I go to the corner and then I jump back out, I'm going to be able to slide around and catch them off guard. Same thing as if I were to jump out and do the same thing. So just make sure use this to catch your opponents off guard, and that's one way using movement is good for you. But that brings us to the end of the little informational portion. I'm going to get into my other part where I'm just playing the game so you guys can see what I'm thinking when I'm playing. And then first I'm going to use the sniper, and then I'm going to use the MSMC, so stay tuned for that. And we're going to get into that. Peace out, guys. P.S. If you're still here, please keep in mind that you don't always have to do this. One of the other things you're going to have to keep in mind is when you're playing games like Search and Destroy or using a sniper, advanced movement, moving super fast is not usually the thing that you need to do. You need to be more tactical about it, only use it when absolutely necessary, and you get into those 1v1 or 1v2 situations. So please keep that in mind. Sometimes you're just going to need to walk. Yeah, I know it sounds crazy, but walking around the corner is very beneficial because you're going to get your gun up faster and you'll be able to lock onto targets just as fast. But yeah, let's get into some of that good gameplay. Please leave a like and a subscribe on this video if you're going to check out here. But yeah, Tygon out, I guess, kind of. Be back in a sec. I'm not like completely just leaving you guys hanging. I'm going to be showing you me using these tips in action and how I actually apply them to my game. Now, also remember that, of course, you're going to be playing different than if you have a sniper. For example, I'm not going to be able to move as fast, so I'm going to have to think a bit more carefully about the way I push. But here we go. So I'm going to talk you through or walk you through my process of playing. So of course, when I get out, first thing I want to do is actually switch to a lighter weapon so I can get to my area faster, because if I don't, I'm going to get killed. Now, I can slide out and fire like that. That's what I like to do, so I'm able to avoid anyone pre-aiming me and still get the kill. Now, pro players may be able to deter that, and that's one of the reasons why I like to slide and then jump right after, because it's hard to actually catch someone like that. Now, this is team deathmatch, so let's go again. And I got him. Now, we can just push over here. I don't necessarily, as I said, have to be running and jumping all the time. Okay, sorry guys, I was interrupted, but we're going to continue this match. We're still doing okay, so let's go push again. Once again, out of spawn, I'm just going to switch to my secondary to be able to move faster, and I'm always pre-aiming each corner so I don't get caught off guard. Even though I'm running with a sniper, if I pre-aim, I should be fine most of the time. I hear someone, I shoot, slide, and I take him out. He was busy trying to throw a grenade, and I was able to take him out. So, got that. Now, I know someone's probably going to be over here, so I'm going to take it slow, make sure pre-aiming the major points. And got him. So, 9 times out of 10, with a sniper, you don't have to be moving that fast because you are not really going to be out there. Basically, you're not trying to be in the middle, or you're not supposed to. I mean, some people may do it, but you're not supposed to be in the middle of all the action, really, if you're a sniper. And that's because you need to stay to the side. You can't just go in the middle because you are a sniper. So, we're playing killouts right now, and as you guys can see, I'm using one of the fastest primary weapons you're ever going to get, and that is the MSMC. So this is going to allow me to go really fast, and I also have this particular skin on it, so it's going to allow me to go even faster. So when I first go off, I'm moving pretty fast, almost as fast as a knife, but of course not that fast. So as you guys can see, I'm jumping, I'm moving. Now, even though I'm in this big expanse, I'm not really getting shot, and that is because I have my trusty movement skills. Now, my aim is not all that with SMGs and stuff, but I'm still able to work pretty fast. Now, as I said before, moving fast is not always what you need to do. Sometimes you need to wait it out, but it does help a lot. One of the movement tips I do want to give you guys is actually sliding through windows. It's something I don't see people do a lot, but I love to do it, and it allows you to get the jump on anybody who's below you and stuff. And that's just because they're not going to expect you to come sliding out of the window. They might expect you to climb or anything else but sliding. See, that right there, that was just pure muscle memory and knowing what I have to do. Oh, dang it, I let go of the gun as I was bragging about muscle memory. But yeah, so as you guys can see, pre-aiming really does help this, as well as a faster reaction speed. So just make sure to use these tips, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video. I'm gonna let you get away from my horrible SMG aim. But yeah, peace out. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Tygon out.